Bitcoin and crypto holders, get ready because we are starting to see the framework being built for a massive coming bull run. It doesn't happen overnight, of course, but we are starting to see the kind of stories coming through about massive global adoption, about more on-ramps coming for the markets, as well as some very interesting charts that I want to be sharing with you in this video. So make sure to watch until the end to hear about those. Now let's start off with this story here. Israel's stock exchange is going to let brokers offer Bitcoin to their clients. Huge news, absolutely. We're seeing more and more of these kind of stories coming out all the time. You might think, okay, Israel, not the world's biggest economy, but a very important one nevertheless. And to see the stock exchange coming out and saying, yo, you can start selling Bitcoin to your customers, that is big. That is big. This is the exact kind of adoption that you want to be seeing happening. This is the kind of adoption that just really cements Bitcoin as a regular asset for retail investors to buy and for institutional investors to buy. Remember, there's only 21 million of these coins, right? It's not that many. There's not that many of them out there. And here's another country with another big story about letting people buy Bitcoin. We also have this one from a few weeks ago, actually, but I wanted to share it with you because I think it's a really big story, and that's that Indonesia delays their crypto stock exchange launch again. So look, the government right now, they're in the process of rolling out a crypto trading platform. It's supposed to come out in June now. Now, Indonesia is one of the most important economies in South Asia and East Asia, Southeast Asia. It's a massive, massive player. It's a huge population, growing middle class, huge tech adoption in Indonesia. And we are seeing, of course, an increasingly positive approach towards cryptocurrencies in the country with the rollout of this government-backed cryptocurrency exchange that's going to be coming out to be offered. That will allow people a seamless regulated platform where they can go and, YOLO on Bitcoin. Again, we are seeing a situation where we have this rising tide of new platforms coming out, new fiat on-ramps coming out, all of which will lift all boats in the cryptocurrency markets. So very exciting stuff. We also see over in the United Arab Emirates, they're going to be opening up a free zone dedicated to cryptocurrency companies. That is, again, very exciting stuff. The UAE, they've been going hard into crypto over the last year or so. Most major cryptocurrency companies have now moved their headquarters to Dubai because it's actually a country that's saying, hey, we're going to regulate it properly and allow people to come here and feel like they're not, crazy criminals just for running cryptocurrency companies or being investors. And the market is responding to that. We're seeing all these people going there. This is the exact kind of move that you want to see for them to continue to have a leadership role when it comes to the future of finance. So while you see countries like the USA and the SEC cracking down on crypto and doing all kinds of just dumb stuff, other countries are picking up the ball that America is currently dropping. We also see major company news. We've had so many big stories recently from, Avalanche teaming up with Amazon, Multiverse X teaming up with Tencent, Facebook teaming up with some random altcoin called Gamium. Lots of stuff going on. And here's this story from Visa. Visa vice president confirms the company will continue to partner with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency firms, denying reports that said otherwise. Visa and MasterCard, the two biggest credit card companies in the world, two biggest payment processors on earth, these guys are both getting into crypto in a big damn way, especially Visa. Visa's been really pushing hard on stuff like USDC settlements and allowing for, crypto, for their credit cards to connect over to crypto accounts. Like, it's big stuff. Like, we are going to see crypto over the next few years become completely integrated with the day-to-day financial system that we all use. And that's super exciting stuff. Now, this is a very important angle of everything that we've been talking about recently, and that's that global liquidity is on the rise. As Kush points out here, global liquidity, we today saw one of the largest one-day injections of global liquidity on par with some of the biggest weeks seen over the last 6 months. That is crazy. We are seeing massive amounts of liquidity coming into the market. This giant spike right here is very exciting because when we have liquidity coming into the market, that is what rises markets up, right? Markets lift on increased liquidity. Now we're seeing a lot of liquidity, of course, coming out of East Asia, as we've been covering. China and Japan dumping truckloads of money into the market. China in particular putting just huge sums of money, huge sums of liquidity back into the market to reopen the country, restart the Chinese engine, so to speak. This is the exact kind of stuff that can push markets into a major rally in 2023, so I love to see it. Now, taking a quick look at the US stock markets here before we dive into the Bitcoin charts, we can see right now the S&P 500 is sitting at a key area of critical price support, coming down right on this downtrend line right here. Also retesting currently the 200-day simple moving average. So we'll see if that can hold up. Obviously, we want to see equities holding up. Generally, while we can have some divergences in correlation, for example, Bitcoin is up a bit today in spite of the stock indexes being down. Generally, when we see stock indexes having a rough time, Bitcoin tends to correlate pretty closely along with that. So we want to see a bit of strength in stocks here for more positive vibes towards Bitcoin going into 2023 and the rest of the cryptocurrency market, of course. Now, before we break down the Bitcoin charts, if you don't have an account over on BYBIT yet, you need to get yourself one. It's the best place for trading futures contracts, as well as a huge spot market for all kinds of crazy altcoins. And if you use that link down below, well, you're gonna be joining over 10 million traders who use BYBIT, and you can also get up to $30,000 freaking dollars in deposit bonuses, so go ahead and check that out. Now, this chart that I want to share with you here is the Pi cycle top indicator. Now, the Pi cycle, this basically back in, well, early 2021, crossed over, and that was basically signaling, yo, market's cooked, get out. And I didn't listen at the time, but I'll definitely be watching for this again in the future. Although right now we're seeing something very interesting. It's trending up. It's trending up. You can see it has not trended up since, well, mid-2021 when we had that beautiful big rally that came in, right? And before that, you know, we had, it was back in the bear market when it started trending up last time. So it's only been trending down for all of 22. There has not been any time when it has trended up significantly. Now, ever since the start of 2023, it is trending higher. So that is a very interesting thing to take note of, because as that trends higher, we then build strength and momentum into this market. So I like to see that. I think that's a very positive sign that we could, again, be seeing a nice rally forming up for 2023. As Ali Charts points out here, on-chain data shows that 1.8 million wallets bought around 1 million Bitcoin between the prices of $23,055 and $23,730, representing a very important wall of demand for Bitcoin, right? So we really want to see, of course, Bitcoin closing decisively above that zone, which, of course, is where we are right now. The price has been basically hanging right around this area, still putting in those higher lows as we move higher, still trading above the 50-day simple moving average, which I like to see. But this is a very important area that Bitcoin is in right now. You can see over the past couple months here, we've seen a lot of price resistance coming through in that area, a lot of distribution from whale accounts over to retail buyers, for example, coming through in that area. Over here on the weekly charts for Bitcoin, we are still at absolutely critical levels. Again, we failed to close the candle bodies over the 50-week simple moving average and the 200-week simple moving average. And we can see so far the current weekly candle has come up, hit the 50-week simple moving average, but failed to gain any momentum there and has since been rejected. So these are the areas we really need to see candles closing over. We need to see some momentum picking up here in order to really cement in that we are going to really pick up here on the higher time frame. So we got it all on the daily. We got the crossover of the 200 on the daily. We got the crossover of the 50 on the daily. We need to see the weekly starting to catch up here to really say, hey, 2023, we can see some exciting things happening. Okay, that's it. Subscribe now. See you next time.